What's going on, everybody? Jibba73 back with the Double E Show. It's Prison Architect, Island Bound Man. No, I'm not going to stick with that. Anyhow, welcome back to Prison Architect. So, there's this weird thing that OBS Studio is doing, or there's some kind of thing with Prison Architect itself launching, but it records upside down. And then in editing, I have to flip it. And when I flip it, my mouse cursor that you see moving now is offset by, like, right now I'm in front of these doors. I'm in front of these doors to the outside of the drawn walls. Okay? But in the recording, I'm inside these doors on the inside of the drawn walls. It's really screwy. But anywho, that's enough of that. Let's talk about Island Bound. So the new DLC has a new welcome letter. It says, "Welcome to your new life as an island-bound prison architect. Here's some tips to get you started with docks, helipads, and island prisons. Depending on the prison's circumstances, you may have no physical link to the mainland. And if so, you will need boats and helicopters to provide your transportation services. Build boat docks and helipads, and determine their purposes. To receive specific deliveries, new prisoners, or new emergency units, and more, by sea and by air. Make sure docks are built with a clear shipping lane for boats to come and go. Special ferry docks can be built to link islands together, as well as bridges and stepping stones. Your prison can now be better protected with the new elite ops units, and helicopters can fight fires from the air. Customizing deliveries and transports via the Logistics tab. You can customize which services are assigned to each dock, helipad, and the road, allowing your prison's efficiency to increase. Docks and helipads can be linked to additional delivery, reception, and export zones. This will allow you to have food supplies delivered closer to the kitchen, or new MaxSec inmates brought in closer to the MaxSec wing. The possibilities are endless. Landscaping. Water can be placed to create moats or oceans around your prison, and land can be shaped with shorelines using dirt or other flooring types. Any land or smaller islands created in water will be created immediately. New security measures so contraband can still survive via boats and helicopters, so we're also providing you with some new state-of-the-art equipment. The scanner machines will check crates and boxes. You'll need an alert guard to watch on a connected scanner monitor. We can assign guards to checkpoints to pat down all prisoners and visitors passing through. This is a great way to discover contraband, but can reduce the flow of prisoners if not placed strategically. Finally, even islands aren't escape-proof, so it could be a good idea to erect sniper towers on your shorelines to keep an eye out for swimmers. That's about everything. Good luck. So we'll get rid of that. And then we got the original CEO's letter. We should know that by now. CEO's guideline on criminally insane from the last major DLC. All right, so I went ahead and set up an island and did an expansion or two, and I planned out a bunch of stuff, and I did a bunch of building as far as like entrance. Well, let's just zoom out and you can see what I did. So I expanded to the right and to the left. And on the left side, I built planned out a whole nother prison and a helipad. And I made room for a ferry dock to transport from main island prison to the secondary island prison. On the primary island, I have a couple of power blocks set up, put in a helipad, and added some additional docks. And I built out the admin center and the corresponding admin rooms. Now, I went around on this island and I painstakingly made all the edges of the islands cliff face, so that they can't just step off the island on, well, here, I'll show you. So this island here has what's known as shallow water. It's a new flooring type. So when it's dark blue, it's deep water, and when it's light blue, it's shallow water. A prisoner can actually step from the dirt to the sand to the shallow water before they have to swim. Well, that doesn't work well near the edge of a map. But supposedly, if you build the cliff edge, they can't. They will fall, and they will not do that. So I painstakingly went around the edge of this map, and I made it all cliff face. And then I surrounded the edge of the map with perimeter wall. And then areas that I wanted to have employees go, put a bridge across. And a bridge across. And here's some perimeter wall that'll be between some fencing and some buildings. And then over here, I built an area that will be for ferry dock transfer. And again, up here will be building edge to the edge of the map. And then out here, because it's building edge here, I just put some lighting, some patio work. And coming around over here, we have the helipad, a scanner machine, which will scan items. And then here is the scanner monitor, which will tell you whether the items have contraband, and there's a guard operating it. Now, some of the cool things that you can do with the dock systems, well, I should show you here too. You click on the helipad, and where is it? If I logistics, clicking on deliveries. Okay, so helipad will bring in deliveries to here. That's all I have it assigned to do. It will transport. So in the transportations tab, you click on the helipad, and it will bring in deliveries, mail, and workshop materials, but it will not bring in food or construction materials. It will not bring in any prisoner type. It will not bring in any civilian type. And it will not take away any outgoing items such as garbage or exports. Now, coming down here, I have the main transport area. This is an exports only dock. It will export garbage and exports. Over here, none of these, but it will bring in the construction materials and food, but not mail and workshop items. In the where I'm going to have my reception, this will bring in all the prisoners, but nothing else. And then this one here for the visitation will bring in civilians like teachers and visitors and nothing else. So you have a lot more control over who, what, when, where, and why. And then on the secondary island over here, I have this one set up to do nothing at the moment. That way, because when you're first building, it'll deliver to the closest delivery point, and if this was set up for deliveries, that's what it would do. So let's cover some of the new stuff that you can do. So when you're building, you can still build the foundations out of whatever wall type you like. So that's nice. Now when it comes to walls, nothing has changed between the Insane Asylum and Transfer DLC. Except that they added the cliff edge. It's 250 a square to convert the edge of any area to a cliff edge. And then doors, everything is the same. Flooring. Cliff edge also appears here, but now there is a landscape tool. When you click on that, it shows you your usual stuff, but it also includes landscape, the cliff edge, deep water, large areas of water, so you can create like a lake, you know, by clicking it. This is already all deep water, but if I wanted to put a lake, I could go boom, and it would create a lake there. And then you have shallow water, which is what you would normally have around your shoreline. It also has buoys. It can be built on water only, and it floats in the water. Now, I didn't put any of these in, but I want to drop one in there, and drop one in there, and drop one over here, and let's say we'll go there. I don't know what they're for, but let's go okay, and boom, there they are. So now we have these buoys, and you can sell them. So going back in here, back to landscape. So now you have these buoys, okay? With landscaping, you can also put in stepping stones. Now, stepping stones will place in shallow or deep water, so you can use it to create a man-made bridge from one island to another. There's also stepping stones, so if I move in really close, these are pallets. So you can place pallets across, creating man-made whatnot. Lily pads can go across the water. Ice, if you're doing a winter map, can go across the water. Then you have the helipad. You have the ferry dock, which will only transport between islands. You have the regular boat dock, which will only go if the path is clear. So if you see, I can go there. You see how it shows the green line? Because there's nothing blocking it. But if I come down here, it can't be placed because there's an island in the way. And then you have the fountain, which is just a decorative item. You place it in the water to create a relaxing fountain feature, but it can't be built on land. So, for instance, if I came over here, I could plop fountains in here, and it would create an attractive fountain design. Pretty neat, right? So now when it comes to rooms, we're pretty much all the same. Coming down through... Yeah, because as I built, I didn't notice anything different from the last free DLC of the Prisoner Transfer. In objects, again, I did not notice anything new. There is a life ring, which can be placed, like if I put it along the shore or near the docks here, in case somebody falls off the dock. There is a stone water spout, which can be placed against the side of a building, mainly, and it'll spew water. You have the buoy, again. There's a windsock. Oh, I didn't notice this one. Okay, let's come up here. Windsock would be good for the helicopter to be able to test the air before it lands. So I would go windsock there and there. Let's actually cancel that because can't get anybody over there. And then you have the mooring bollards, right? So I'll put those here. So when the ship pulls up, it'll tie up to the mooring. I think that was pretty much it. When I said there was nothing new, I was a little mistaken. Preemptively said that. You get the checkpoints, okay? So that was covered in the letter. So a checkpoint can be placed anywhere. You link it to Helipad docks and the road via the logistics menu. So this is a scanner machine. Bloop. This is a checkpoint. Checkpoint station is for searching prisoners and visitors that pass through. Prisoners can only pass through a checkpoint in one direction. So, if I came over here, I could go. I'm not sure why. Does it want to only be indoors? Maybe. Let me check that out. Do I have a building big enough to? I don't. Does it say it? Yeah, indoor only. Duh. I could just look at the thing. So you put your checkpoints in. For instance, if I wanted to have the visitors searched, they could. But the way that I've planned off this particular area, all visitation is right here near the front, and they would be shuttled down through. Excuse me. They would be shuttled down through to the various rooms. And then for prisoners, the reception, I could do it like this and have them searched coming through that way. But that's pretty much it. I have one mod enabled, and it's the electric radiator. I don't think... I didn't look at the signs. There wasn't a star indicating there was anything for the signs that was different. Staff is all the same. Utilities is all the same, except they added the scanner machine and the scanner monitor. That it? Yep. Oh yeah, if we go back, if we go to objects, so you have red and green lights now. As you can see, I have them placed around the helipad, just making it look like a Christmas tree. They serve no other purpose than to have really cool illumination. I don't believe there's any difference in the trees or whatnot. Yeah, that was pretty much it. Okay. Deployment. Nothing has changed. Logistics now has the transport menu, the deliveries menu to show what's linked to what. So this shows here that this boat dock is linked to here. This delivery is linked to here. This boat dock is linked to here. These boat docks are not linked to here. Eventually, when I create these rooms, this boat dock will be linked. There are no deliveries linked to this, and no deliveries linked to that. That is correct. And then in the transport, let's see, choose. So I can actually go through and individually choose what prisoners I want to come here. Let's go back to deliveries. I think I need to actually... I don't think... Yeah, I think it has to... There we go. And there. Right on. So that's what that does. Again, that's about it. I don't think they've added anything... Oh, yeah, you can quick build a river. Which will just put a big old splotch of water right through your map. That's cool. You can quick build an outdoor lake. That'll give it benches and trees and lights. Oh, that's cool. I didn't even really notice that before. Room, laundry. I didn't notice it the first time I was going through. Medical. Huh. Oh, they've got the morgue right in it. Okay. But anywho, so that's that. Now, we have an option with this new DLC. We can either build what I've planned, which would be, I was going to do minimum security on, let's make sure I have this correct. Minimum security was going to be up here. Okay. And then insane security was going to be down here. I've even got a couple of psychiatrist offices blocked off. They don't have many of the function rooms laid out that you would normally have because they don't, they don't go to class. They don't work in the shop, things like that. So it was going to be minimum security up here, insane sec here, and then back here was going to be medium security. This is going to have a workshop. I really crammed it in. But if you look, if I go to planning, you can see they would come in here. We've got deliveries, we've got garbage, storage, a cleaning cupboard. Can't remember all the stuff that they actually put in. And this other weird thing that this does, you can lay out something with your planning and have all your dots and objects in a row. And when you save it and come back, the dots, there'll be dots missing. But I think this is parole. Yeah, these are parole. This might be laundry. This is staff only area. This is the cafeteria. Yeah, this is the kitchen. And this is the cafeteria. We've got a yard, common room, shop, mail room, chapel, classroom, some cells. It would be 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. It's enough for either 30 medium security or 60 if I do them all mini dorms. And then in here we have the medical ward. Up here we have a morgue. We have a kennel. We have a... so up here would be the ferry. They would get delivered to the other place. They'd be brought here, ferried over to here. This is deliveries, exports, storage, holding cell, security, kennel, reception. Up here is the workshop, the foreman's office, and the forestry area. So you can see over here we have cafeteria, kitchen, bathrooms. This is a library. This might be the... this is the medical ward. This is the... this is the infirmary. This is the morgue. Can't remember. Oh, this is staff only. I think I have it set up for laundry. I don't remember now. But because the insane sec don't do their own clothing. Cleaning cupboard, power block here. In here, no, that's right. This is the laundry. So this is, I forget what this is now. Over here is their cell block. We have a security room in here. We have their, what's the room I'm looking for? Solitary is up there. They have their own yard. They have a couple of psychiatrist office. They have a, this would be a psychologist. Yeah, psychiatrist, psychologist. Yeah, and this is a library, but I can't recall whether or not they actually used the library, but it would be there, and then this would be the common room for them, and then up here you'd have the common room and gymnasium for minimum security, their yard. In here would be, if I'm not mistaken, classroom, chapel, cleaning cupboard. This would be the shop, the mail room, and the library. And then coming over this way, we have staff areas. We have shower block. And we have the cell blocks. And again, these would either be single person cells or 2-person cells. And then over here, wait a minute, is that the infirmary? If that's the infirmary, that can't be. Yeah, that's their infirmary. So that's their infirmary. This is their solitary. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we can either build this out. Then coming up here, we have a security room, security lock, visitation, parole, psychologist. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know why I have... Just because it's throwing me off. There. That's their cafeteria, because their cafeteria is separate from Insane Sec. In fact, Insane Sec has no way to get to Minimum Sec unless they bust through the staff-only doors and then go through the Min Sec doors over here. Anywho, we can do this, or we can plan from scratch, starting with another island. And, yeah, and do it from scratch without me having the walls and stuff laid out. And I'm also doing this with unlimited funds, so we could technically do it with using the grants. So, your input is desired. Please let me know in the comments below by... we'll say next Wednesday. So you have Saturday, we have Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. You have 6 days. Well, 5 days technically, because if I don't get any input by next Wednesday, I'll make up my own mind. And I might just start from scratch. But if you have input, put it in the comments below, because I'm going to read it. And with that, I will catch you next Friday for another episode of Prison Architect Island Bound Man. No, I'm still not going to do that. Peace.
Thanks for watching. If you want to see more, check out the playlist above, or watch what YouTube tells you to on the right. Oh yeah, and subscribe.